Blacc Hollywood went #1. No, it didn't.
It did.
How drunk was I when that album came out? Bro, you're not even as talented or as cool as him, so don't be an asshole. Like, cause Snoop is the coolest nigga ever.
Yeah.
I travel, I do two-hour sets, I kickbox, I do hot yoga, I got kids, I got dogs. Normal niggas would be like, one of these gotta go.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? I am Billboard Deputy Director of R&B Hip Hop, Mr. Carl Lamar. Today, for Billboard in Conversation, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Kush OJ, Wiz Khalifa.
What's up, brother?
Khalifa, man. You know, we're gonna
this.
talk everything from the new album, Kush OJ, the world tour. If you still got that gym regimen going, you still out here fucking up them weights. Say less. We might have to do a little. Might do a little bet, you know, weight competition. You know,
it's whatever, man. Push-ups. Do functional push-ups.
I see you lost me at the functional push-ups. I don't know what the shit is. What's the functional push-up?
It's like a three-way, like you do scap, and you do scap half, and then you do scap full.
You see, you throwing words out there I never heard of before, bro. Like,
all right, we gonna stick to this.
Yeah, it's all some ROTC shit you hit me with right there. But not real talk, man. Congratulations. This is the 15th anniversary of Kush OJ, man. Tell me some of your fondest memories making that classic.
Really just like the mode that I was in, like tapped in with the fans, being on the road, buying Jordans, wearing Chucks, wearing camo shorts every day, literally like smoking Kush and drinking orange juice and just, you know, putting the world onto a whole lifestyle that we were living.
That was a fucking movement back there.
Yeah.
Mesmerize still be ringing in my head, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
What were some of your favorite cuts that you still love performing to this day? I'm curious.
Mesmerized, Kid Frankie. In the Cut was a real fun one to perform. Still Blazing, that always goes off, especially at the weed festivals.
Obviously, you decided to come out with the sequel. Sometimes when cats put out a sequel, it can be a little scary.
Yeah.
You know, but what made you decide that this was the perfect time to drop this sequel?
Just really being tapped in with the fans and the people who like support the music the most. I kind of just sat back and, you know, tried a few things and, you know, seeing what they were in the mood for and what they expect and really want from me. And that's what I went in on the most to deliver, you know, the best way that I could.
I mean, obviously you have a couple of classics under your belt, you know, Cabin Fever, Taylor All the Dice, but Kush OJ is something special. What makes up a Kush OJ album?
Something player, something for the ladies, something motivational, and something to smoke to.
I love,
Yeah.
I like those elements right there.
Exactly.
I like that. Were you a little nervous though, knowing the legacy that Kush OJ has, to try to make sure that momentum is still up there for the sequel?
No, I wasn't nervous at all. It was something that I felt like I could challenge myself to do, but something that also I would know if it was it or if it wasn't it. And there was a couple times, you know, during the process where I would get to be like, maybe I'm done, maybe I figured it out, maybe I did do it, but the fans and the people will always let me know which direction it really shifted in.
Yeah.
And when I finally got to the end of it, I'm like 100% confident, like, yeah, so it wasn't scary, it was fun trying to figure it out.
I love that. I mean, during this rollout, it's been a fire rollout. You've been dropping a shit ton of freestyles, some Lucy's, one including Billionaires with Conductor. Conductor in Taiwan. Like, how did you link up with Conductor? Because he's been like a producer of the moment these last few years.
Yeah. He's been he's tough. Like, I've always wanted to rap over some of his beats because they're like soulful and, you know what I'm saying, they just have certain elements that my music carries as well. And then I did a song for his album that released maybe last year. So we've kind of always been in contact. And I just reached out to him and I was finishing up the album. I was like, yo, send a pack through. And it was really easy. He hit me up the same day and, you know, we just started working like that.
I love that. Another person, record just came out, 5-star with Gunna. Y'all had teamed up on the Tyler Yahweh record, but this is the first time y'all really linking. What was it like working with Gunna?
It was really cool working with Gunna. I got to go to the studio with him and just vibe out. And I did a song for his album as well. So we kind of did like a, you know, a swap type thing. But it was just good to work with him and just get that vibe, because he's on the same vibe too, but he's just from Atlanta, you know what I mean? But he be on some player shit, so.
I was gonna say, he's on some P shit. It's kind of like, I feel like y'all could have a little joint collab the way y'all just vibe with each other.
For sure, because it's just based off of the same vibe, man. Everybody kicking it, everybody chilling, some ladies around, some good music, it's good vibes. And, you know, that's the type of energy that we want to bring.
And y'all could be some gym rats, man.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we working out.
I love that. Call me up. We get busy in the gym. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I was telling you ahead of the interview, I love the rollout and how strategic you've been. Like,
thank you.
You put out 5 to 6 different records leading up to the album. What made you decide to be this methodical? Because this is a rollout we haven't seen in a long time in hip hop.
Yeah, I wanted to do something that made sense for now.
Yeah.
And just dropping the project wasn't good enough for me. I wanted to extend the experience, and in doing that, I actually gave myself time to drop the right type of album.
Yeah.
Because if I would have put it out, you know, when we started releasing the music, it would have been over with by now. But we're just getting started. So yeah. We hooked it up.
The day one tailors, they're gonna appreciate the fact that you kept it authentic, as we spoke about before the interview, bringing in day one cats like a Chevy, like a Juicy, like a Ty on this project. One, talk about the chemistry that you have with each one of those guys and why it's been able to stand the test of time for this long.
It's really just about creating a platform, like rather than sharing it. Because some people say like, I'll share my platform, but we could have made any type of song for these albums, but for this album, but I wanted to make sure that their moment was the right type of moment.
Yeah.
And it has to make sense, and it's got to be significant to the story. And those dudes are always significant to the story. So
1 million.
So that's why we could, you know, go back 10 years or, you know, however many years. Me and Ty just got one of those plaques for 1 billion a billion streams for or not. And he just brought me out at Coachella, like, you know what I mean? So it's cool to have, like, you know, rich friends.
Shout out to the rich homies, man.
Yeah, man.
We love the rich homies. You brought up Coachella, that just recently passed, man. You also came out for 3-6, man, did 23. Talk about having that moment on stage with 3-6 at Coachella, and again with Ty as well.
Yeah, it's really motivational for me, because I used to ride around, I still do, but like when I was, you know, 16, 17 and got my first car, I have my system and my speakers, I'm playing 3-6 Project Pat all day just because of how the beat sound.
Right.
So to go from that to, like you said, really being friends with them to the point where he'll call me and have me come out on stage with him at Coachella and perform a hit record that we have together.
Yeah.
You can't buy that type of stuff. Yeah. So to be able to just do that, I think is something to really appreciate, and I'm really grateful for that as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
Along with some of the singles you've been dropping, the freestyles, whether it's been, you know, Squabble Up, you rapping alongside La Russell, man. You have been on a fucking run right now. The level of motion is A1, man. Talk about just this reinvigorated spirit you have with rapping, or was it always there? You know, because cats have been saying this is like throwback Wiz we're getting right now.
Yeah, I mean, I did it strategically, where I started working on the album, and then I kind of just removed myself from social media for a minute. And it was about like 4 months where I didn't even scroll, I didn't digest anything.
Wow.
But yeah, it was on purpose, because I had to find myself. I had to figure out what I was going to do regardless of what was going on around me. And the moment I figured that out, I picked up my phone and I put my foot back on the gas.
Wow.
And shout out to my cameraman DK, because we'll do some stuff that night and then we'll shoot it and we'll post it. And just the consistency and the intent and the actual work and the scheduling that has went into it, that's what's paid off in the effect of what people see now.
Do you find yourself unplugging more than usual, knowing how effective it was for your writing process?
I see the importance of unplugging, because you know, I kind of got forced into it, and then I do yoga, and I was at one of my yoga classes, and somebody was telling me that he felt completely fine not having social media. And it never really made sense to me before because I had done so much through social media.
Yeah.
But at that moment, and then coming out of the yoga class, you have like a certain clarity. So it happening at that moment, I was like, man, maybe I'm gonna try that. And I was gonna try it for like a week, and I really benefited off of it. And I was like, wow, I'm just gonna see how long this lasts.
Go for it,
yeah. And it worked out for me, and it didn't bring anything down because I wasn't trying to go after anything at that point. But as soon as I started to, integrate, I just seen the numbers going up, they're going up, they're going up, they're going up. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So there's a good thing of taking a break and then, getting back to it.
You being able to benefit of you unplugging, one of the things that came out of it was the Clouds remix.
I roll another one and call it art. Origami, you can smell the smoke all on my clothes. I keep O's on me. Taught you how to roll, to smoke with me. Your ultimate goal, probably.
Oh yeah.
With Cole, man. Talk about how that came about and y'all teaming up for the first time in what?
Years. Yeah, long time. He had sent the clearance to Will. All of our team are like directly talk to each other. So it was like, Will's like, because he was putting the song out and had my laugh in it. And I guess he was just out of respect. He was like, can we use the laugh?
That's love.
Yeah, out of respect. This on some homie shit was like, can we use the laugh? I'm like, hell yeah. Let me put a verse on this motherfucker.
There you go.
I like this shit hard.
Yeah.
And that's how it worked out. I did the verse, and then I started previewing it before they were even ready to talk about it. But the previews had went, they went crazy. So they was like, okay, we got to figure out a way to drop this.
I love that.
Yeah. So it was just organic and fun, how it should be.
You've been on monstrous run with the touring these last few years, man. What can fans expect from this iteration of Wiz?
I think that a lot of people have heard about me, but they haven't actually seen me. So I think this is a really good time to like set the bar or elevate the bar from where they've already, put their idea of what music is or what their expectations are. This is going to raise that, and it's going to put the experience of music on a whole nother level for a lot of people. And it's going to revive a feeling that some people already had or already know about music, but it's going to change the way that people enjoy music for sure. That's what the tour is going to do.
Is there a song that you still get hyped to perform to this day, like it never gets old? Because I remember 50 told me in the club, he fucking hates that shit.
For real?
But he does it because it's a fan favorite. So I wonder if that's like Black and Yellow for you.
I love playing all my songs.
Okay.
Man. Like I get hyped for everything. Cause there's somebody out there who that's their first time seeing that shit.
That's a great point.
Yeah. Or there's that's their first time seeing it. They might have rode around in their car with it for 15 years. They might have been broke their whole motherfucking life, and their girl bought them a ticket.
Yeah.
And they do not want to see you perform that song lazy at all. They want to see some heat. They've been waiting for that shit.
You know what song I feel like cats probably still break dance? I feel like See You Again. Like I feel like you kind of like.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, they always cry to that. I could be at a corporate event and somebody's gonna cry to that.
You really had those.
Yeah,
That's tough.
for sure. Hell yeah.
Shout out to See You Again. Man.
Yeah, See You Again is a smash. It's a monster, and it's good to have those hits to go along with the mixtape stuff too.
It's a good balance.
There's a lot of people that sometimes they're like, man, I didn't even know he did this song. They're like, damn.
Word.
All right, cool.
This cat is nice.
Yeah, all right.
You have this mantra, of course, work hard, play hard. Dope record. Talk about like some of your business ventures and what you've been able to expand yourself to beyond like the weed line that people know.
Yeah. So there's Khalifa Kush, that's in dispensaries around the world. Yeah. But I'm involved with Liquid Death, which is the water company, PFL, which is a professional fighters league. There's a lot of different things that just surround my lifestyle and things that I actually do in real life that we've opened, legit businesses or gotten involved with legit businesses that, turn into ownership or part ownership as well.
What have you gained from the business side that may have helped you on the music side of things?
patience. Yeah, a lot of patience.
How so?
Just seeing a full project work out and come to fruition and then be something.
Yeah.
There are and was a lot of companies that we were involved with that hadn't even gone public, but we, invested in them, and by the time that anybody was even interested in them, the amount that we're gonna get from being invested in them,
Right.
like, it's crazy. But you just have to believe in it. You got to see it through, and you gotta, you gotta know what that looks like.
Right.
So I learned a lot of patience, and I learned how in front of your businesses you really have to be for them to succeed. Because a lot of people think you could just put your name on it,
call it a day,
and it's gonna be like, no, I'm going to these places and I'm meeting with the sellers or the buyers or this, that. I'm eating dinner with this person, I'm doing this person's birthday party, because all of that stuff, it comes together in the end to make it one big thing. So if you're not out in front of your business, it's not going to be successful at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wise words.
Yeah.
We're not too far like from age. I recently have embraced my unk status.
Oh man.
And I'm curious, is this something you have openly embraced? I feel like you have, in terms of, embracing the newer artists.
Yeah.
How has that been?
I can't be but I'm not no YN. I'm an ON.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm an ON.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. So instead of calling you you might just be like,
I'm an ON.
I'm
You know what? I'm gonna tell my boss, hey, yo, refer to me as ON.
You know what I'm saying?
She might fire me, but she.
Yeah, because YNs are cool, but we're the original YNs, so we ONs.
Yeah.
But
I love that ON.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've definitely embraced it. I don't think I feel like that.
Yeah.
But knowing how the music industry is and how far removed some of my music is for some people, or like how old they were when it was cracking.
Yeah.
That does make me an ON, like, for sure.
Because what's crazy? Like, one of our past colleagues, we were talking about you on our show, and it's funny, like, back then, obviously Snoop is still that OG, but for the newer cats, it's kind of like you're walking in that Snoop lane.
Yeah.
In terms of being embraced, not just by hip hop, but by mainstream. Is that something you've noticed as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's a blessing. And even just being around Snoop, he's always encouraged me and motivated me and let me know, like, he's like, you're Wiz. Like, he's like, you're not the next Snoop. You're not none of that. You're Wiz. People love you because of you and what you do. You're going to do things different than what I did. But I think, like, what you're saying, people related to that because Snoop is just loved in general.
Beloved, yeah.
Yeah, like, everybody loves Snoop. And I think when you have a career based off of that, it's something that can last you forever beyond your music. It lives beyond the music.
I mean, 2036, we could see you at the Olympics holding the if you win it.
For sure, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? You and Martha Stew do a little,
Snoop Dogg kicked the door down. I'm coming through running in.
Hell fucking yeah. Speaking of Snoop, man, obviously y'all relationship goes way back. Any favorite moments or stories like you can share about your relationship with Snoop?
My favorite moments is, always whenever I see him, that's my favorite moment. But I'm so much different than him. Like, I got like a different energy. Snoop is like, he's chill, like, he's super duper. I'm wild. Like, I like to, you know what I mean?
Turn
like,
up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I always love seeing Snoop because I get him to relax and just, like, enjoy everything that's going on based off of my energy.
Right.
So those are my favorite moments, just anytime I see him. But the moments that stand out the most is when I first met him, because he was the introduction to what I thought, and but still think anybody in his position is supposed to be like. If you're, got a lot of power, a lot of influence, if you're good at what you do, Snoop carries himself. He's so nice to everybody. He's so cool. He's so chill. He's so peaceful. He's so enjoyable to be around. If he's doing business, he's probably a little bit different. He's probably way more stern. But to the people around him or to the average person, he's really, really caring. And he embraced me. And when we shot High School, the movie together, I got to spend a lot of time with him, just chilling in his trailer and just, kicking it. We listened to the same types of music. There was one time where they were like dumping some feathers on me. And he was like, man, don't get no feathers in his hair. Like, y'all gonna have to get that shit out his hair, blah, blah. And he actually like helped people get feathers out of my hair. I'm like, bro, Snoop is so nice, man.
That's love.
Like, so everybody that I met after that, I'm like, bro, you're not even as talented or as cool as him. So don't be an asshole. Like, cause Snoop is the coolest nigga ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, he set the bar for like behavior, in my opinion. Yeah.
I love that. Shout out to Super Owen.
Yeah,
Uncle Snoop, man.
Yeah.
You have proven to be a Billboard savant when it comes to these charts, man. Number ones, you know, Black and Yellow, See You Again, multiple top 10s. At this point of your career, are numbers still a thing for you? Is that something you still chase, or are you past that?
It would be nice to have a #1 album. Yeah, at some
versus
point.
a single?
The single was cool.
Yeah.
I like that, but I want to be able to drop an album and it go #1.
Why?
Just because it would be cool. It's #1.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you know, like I
There's
said,
no other #1.
Hall of Fame career at this point. So
I'm not in no rush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not going to unrush it either whenever it's
Like
supposed to happen. I do think that my fans deserve for one of my albums to go #1 because they support me so much.
Of course.
And there's a lot of stuff that's based on that's not even just the fans. But for the people who support me, I think that would be really dope for them to know that their support got their guy to #1.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. #1 or question?
Super quick, actually. You have the #1 album.
What?
Was it Rolling Papers?
Nah.
Blacc Hollywood debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 September 6th.
It did.
2014.
It did. It did.
I got it from the.
I remember that actually. Yeah, it did.
Blacc Hollywood went #1. No, it didn't.
It did.
How drunk was I when that album came out? All right, well, we good then.
Well, let's celebrate that day. Yeah, let's go. What do you remember most of making Blacc Hollywood? Because that was what, 2016?
I don't remember shit.
2014. Do you remember anything from making that album?
I don't remember. Nah, I remember when I did the session with Detail for We Them Boys. I knew it was a hit instantly.
Classic.
Soon as I heard that record, I knew it was a hit. And I told Will, I was like, hey, I'm willing to do whatever we gotta do to get this song, who we gotta rough up to get this beat, man. But nah, I was like, whatever we gotta do, like make sure that this beat doesn't get sold or that this idea doesn't get like put off to the next artist. I was like, I really want this, and I could see like where this is going. So I believed in that record like from day one, and it's still like a really global record.
Yeah, it's a staple.
Yeah,
especially a sports staple.
Yeah, sports for sure. But just like going overseas and like an Asian country or something like that, they're not gonna know the whole song, but they're gonna know that We Them Boys part, and that's always been like a strong point of mine. Is like being able to travel with my music as well, and that one's taken me all around the world.
Man, I want to say you had a remix. Was Nas on the remix?
Yeah, it was like the chill, like the Kush Orange Juice type remix.
I remember that. Yeah.
Nas, Schoolboy Q, and Rick Ross.
Jeez, what was it like putting that remix together?
It was cool as hell, because when Nas came to the studio, I was tripping. I was like, bro, and we recorded in New York.
Oh, that's fire.
I think I like made that house like, yo, I gotta go to New York and get Nas's verse. I gotta go to Miami and get Ross's verse. I gotta go to LA. I was on one.
You made it a real thing though. Classic record.
Hey, the album went #1.
We love that. Shout out to Eb.
Yes, shout out to Eb.
Bringing up that stat.
Thank you for reminding me.
I want to go back like to the business side of things. Obviously, you know, with Khalifa Kush doing what it's doing. Like, how important has it been for you to make sure you can legalize marijuana all across the board?
Yeah, that's been pretty cool.
Yeah. Because
I never just starting where we started at, I wouldn't have seen it to where it's at now. Like, especially like a place like New York where it's just recreational and you can just burn anywhere and everywhere.
For the shits and gas.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's something I'm very grateful for. It's something that I'm happy to have played a role in, and I'm able to make weed look less threatening to people.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So I'm cool to be a part of that.
I love how you brought it up. Like being in New York, obviously the shit is different. When you first came out here, I bet it was a whole shit show. Yeah,
it was crazy, but we still did what we had to do.
What you had to do, still turned up.
Yeah. So you know, in our minds it was legal. We just had to make the world see it.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of cats may not know this, but your parents, they were in the military when you were young. I wonder, like, did you take anything from how, you know, they raised you and incorporate that in your life, or even, you know, fatherhood?
Let me think. I guess, yeah, because like the earlier part of my life came from that type of structure and that type of discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, it left. But when I needed it, it returned. And that was like, you know, when you're a teenager, you're gonna like go. I was, you know, going rebel a little bit. But a lot of the stuff that I was doing, it wasn't that bad. It just wasn't socially accepted. So when it came to me like being passionate and putting my work in, I could definitely say like the discipline and the structure, and even just traveling and, you know, being able to pick up and go from here to there, or being able to meet new people and establish myself. I always traveled a lot when I was a kid. So I was always a new kid. So I developed just that sense of security in who I am, being able to speak up for myself and things like that. It definitely came from the structure that my parents provided for me growing up.
You know what's crazy? My dad, he was in the Vietnam War, and I never had any sense of discipline up until recently. It kicked in. Like, I didn't understand why he would fix the bed when he woke up, or why he would clean every day. Like, did that sense of discipline, like you were just talking about, does it creep up now more than ever?
It does, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because it's the right thing to do. Like,
right.
Yeah, it just feels right. It's not nobody standing over me telling me to do it, but it's like, that's what I should have been doing. And this is why they stand over you and tell you to do it.
Yep.
For sure. Yeah. But you want to do it now.
It's effortless. It just comes. I mean, bro, you have a level of mastery that I think a lot of hip hop cats would love to possess, in the sense of, man, you are able to co-parent so well and still maintain your relationship. That is not easy.
Yeah.
How have you been able to strike that balance so well?
Just by being genuine.
Yeah.
There's no games being played. There's no minds being fucked.
That's important.
It's just all real.
All authentic.
100 is about the kids.
Yeah.
The kids are safe. The kids are happy. We hold each other down. It's equal. We alternate on favors because we both need each other at different times. So you can't shit on somebody who you're gonna need later.
That's a fact.
And it's just really about just being 100.
Yeah,
we just keep it 100. We keep it solid.
You're a girl dad.
Yeah.
Talk about how that has played such an impact in your life.
It's good, man. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I already have like a soft side, you know, like a little lover boy side. So now I just get to pour all of the love into my little baby girl.
Yeah.
And it's good too because, you know, Sebastian's 12. So it's been a long time since I had a little baby like that. So just enjoying like a little, you know, those stages all over again. It's amazing. And then it's my baby girl, so it's even better.
How has he been enjoying the role of big brother?
He loves it. He's really protective and really caring, and he just, you know, takes the responsibility super duper serious. Like even if it's just holding her and, you know, bonding with her, or he just you see the responsibility kick in with him.
I love that.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier, as far as with training and conditioning. Obviously, you're going on the world tour. You know, you're getting older. How much is training like as important as it was before when you first started?
Yeah, I see it more as a mental thing than a physical thing now. Because I started as soon as I turned 30, and I'm 37 now.
Yeah.
And in that fitness journey, it was crazy because I kind of just kept my head down, and then I looked up and I'm 7-8 years in the game. And I'm like, damn, bro, I've been really doing this shit for almost 10 years. And now I'm just now starting to understand some things.
Yeah.
Like, breathing, like, you know what I mean? Certain postures or certain mind-body connectivity is just now starting to happen. So when I have a long week coming up, instead of resting, I push myself. Like, I go hard because I know that I'm gonna benefit from, you know, what I've learned and what I put myself through that week.
Yeah.
And then I use that time that I'm actually doing stuff as a time to recover and things like that.
You mentioned earlier how yoga has been a big component. Has it trumped like the martial arts and the weightlifting altogether, or is it like a fair balance?
I think it brings it all together.
Okay.
Because it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know it's cardio, it's all of that. Your heart is racing in there. And it's like you against 130 degrees. Yeah, you're doing these poses. Yeah, and you got an old lady over there who's barely even drinking her water.
Light work.
Yeah, she's not tripping. You like, yo, I gotta run out of here. So it definitely, it centers me and it brings it all together. As far as, like you said, the balance, but they all go hand in hand. You can't do one without the other. And then the main thing about it is breathing, and that goes through life. Yeah. So that's what it is. Like, it's life practice at that point.
I think a lot of people, they still feel like there's a misconception about how weed can affect one's athleticism. Like, have you ever experienced that? And if not, can you like debunk those?
Yeah, hell no. I never experienced weed affecting my athleticism. People won't believe you until you smoke a joint and spar 12 rounds. They'll be like, damn, this motherfucker's not tired yet. That's like, yeah, I'm gonna go hit a bong after this.
Yeah.
I think that makes it better though. It's like when you see somebody who you think can't do what you do outperform you, and I'm smoking weed. You feel me? Like, I travel, I do two-hour sets, I kickbox, I do hot yoga, I got kids, I got dogs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's the shit, like, that would, normal niggas would be like, one of these gotta go.
And you still doing
I'm doing all of them, and smoking weed.
Damn.
And in the studio.
Damn.
And doing social media.
Damn.
And smoking weed.
Damn. I am, you know, I admire like the way you're able to make all that work, bro. Are you thinking about, you know, obviously you mentioned being, you know, co-owner PFL, you just stepping out of the boardroom and just, you know, full-time competitive vibe. Not even like for one match?
It would be fun as fuck to do like a real match. If I did it, it would be for fun.
Got it.
It wouldn't be like a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Me training, like looking mean and shit like that. Like, you know the posters where they look mean?
Yeah.
You would. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know, like, it would be for fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It would have to be for fun. That's it.
And then lastly, I gotta ask, man, the art of giving back, you've always been super altruistic, man. Are there any causes or charities that you find yourself giving back to right now?
Yeah. Anybody who needs help. Any and everybody.
I know cats that need their student loans. Hey, yo. Liz got you.
You need some help?
Do a little scholarship real quick, you know? No, that's love. Mr. Wiz Khalifa, what is your favorite Billboard moment?
Well, I guess now I have a #1 record. Going #1.
Finding out 11 years later is crazy.
I like the Billboard Awards, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, what was it about the Billboard Awards that you enjoyed?
It's just like real. It's super chill. Everybody's laid back. Like, security's not pushing you. Like, the performances are good. The songs that win, you actually like them and want them to win. It was just it's like fair.
I love that. Shout out to us.
Yeah.
Doing our job.
Dope. I love the Billboard Awards.
Yeah, shout out to us, man. Before we go, we're going to do a very fun, quick, rapid fire game.
Cool.
So in this game, you're going to have 60 seconds to answer a series of questions. Your goal is to answer the most within that minute. So if you're ready, we'll get the timer going. Ready?
Yeah. Oh, let's go.
Go. East Coast, West Coast?
East Coast. Oh, shit. I can't say I live on the West Coast. Oh, I'm from the Midwest.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Morning person or night owl?
Morning.
Sativa or indica?
Indica.
Football or soccer?
Football.
Pre-game or after party?
Pre-game.
Arm day or leg day?
Leg day.
Kush and OJ or Kush and OJ 2?
Kush and OJ 2.
90s or 2000s?
90s.
Hits or deep cuts?
Deep cuts.
Cardio or weights?
Weights.
Dining or takeout?
Takeout.
No sleeper, black or yellow?
Black and yellow.
Going out or staying in?
Staying in.
Winter or summer?
Summer.
Protein shake or protein bar?
Shake.
Early bird or night owl?
Early.
Sweet or spicy?
Sweet.
High tops or low tops?
Low.
Drums or flats?
Flats.
There we go. You have passed, Mr. Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
I've never been a flats guy. I don't get why.
You gotta get on the flats, man.
I feel like the drum, like, y'all all flats?
I'm drunk.
There we go. There we go.
You never hear anybody go from eating flats to drums.
Like,
And there's a reason.
but there's less on the bone.
People go from drums to flats. I'm just saying. That's all.
Oh man.
So we'll see you on the other side.
We'll see.
You'll get more sauce on a flat too. Like when you got a drum, like you just spin it and there's like hella shit still on there.
I mean, does it fill you up?
That's why you eat a lot of them.
This is true.
Gang of flats.
All
With them bad boys down the middle.
right, mad at that. Mr. Wiz Khalifa, we appreciate you
Yes, sir.
kicking it with us on Billboard News.
Yep.
So thank you for your time. Kush and OJ 2 is out.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, make sure y'all cop that ASAP. Yeah.